Hey, family. I hope you all are having a good day. My name is Terry Ann Bell, and welcome back to Terry Ann Talks. So, today we are going to be talking about narcissists again. So, today we're going to talk about how a narcissist will mirror you just to get into your life. Okay, let's talk about it. So pretty much what the narcissist does is that the narcissist does not have their own personality. Okay. They do not, a narcissist essentially does not know who they are. Okay. They just don't know who they are. And in order for them to, what they would like to do is they would like to fit in. They would like to have a friend group. They would like to have friendships. They would like to befriend a person, someone that they find has something that they want, someone that you aspire to be. It's something about you that they secretly admire, and they want to be your friend to get close to you so they can sort of adopt your personality and your character traits as their own and essentially like become you. Is what they want. It's a little crazy if you think about it. But the thing that a narcissist will do is they will really try to pretend that the same things that you are interested in, they would claim that they are interested in the same exact thing. And this is how that's why they say narcissists are chameleons, because they will sit up there and just, pick up these qualities, or just pick up certain, what's the word I'm looking for? Pick up certain hobbies or interests that they know they have no interest in, but they think if I can pretend to have an interest in this because this empath has an interest in this, then maybe this empath will consider being my friend and allowing me into their life. If you want an example of that, let's think about it. Okay, there was this male narcissist that I had a situationship with, okay? And one thing that he tried to pretend that he was like me about was I have always wanted to be an actress. Okay. Like I used to create skits when I was a little girl. Like that was my playtime. That was my pastime. And at the time I was, kind of looking into, acting locally, you know what I'm saying? Like within my city. And this was like what, during COVID or something like that, when we were pretty much chilling for a long time. And what basically he would do is he would talk about like, oh yeah, I want to be an actor too. I want to get into the acting. And he would bring that up in conversations like, yeah, that's why I want to get into the acting because of X, Y, and Z, just over explaining himself. But honestly, he never would put forth any extra effort or energy into making that a reality. It was just all talk. It's all talk. That's the thing about narcissists. They are all talk, but no action. And another thing that narcissists do, and this is how you can know that they are fake, is how a narcissist could, one minute they are against something, but then when they see that, like against a certain interest or hobby or whatever, and then when they see that an empath has an interest in that very thing that they just basically denied and rejected and said, I don't have an interest in that, then they'll turn back around and all of a sudden have an interest in it because they want to be close to you. So I had this narc neighbor of mine, a neighbor that lives a few doors down, lives on my block. And there was this one summer I was walking around and everything, pacing back and like just walking around the block is how basically this narcissist was able to get my attention and talk to me. So what happened is that this one day, the first day we had spoke and we had a conversation, she mentioned, oh, those tarot cards, that's of the devil and blah, blah, blah. One of those people that think it's of the devil. When y'all know I do tarot, and clearly I don't practice any type of devilish thing, whatever the case is. And, but anyway, so what happened is that when I had told her right after that, I was like, oh, well, you know what? Well, I do tend to do tarot. Like I have, I've been doing tarot for a few years now, and a couple of years now. I mean, I've been having like clients and services, and I even post my readings like on my platform and all of that. So yeah, like I do tarot. So when she found out that I do tarot as a hobby and I've created a side hustle out of it, I'm earning money, creating a source of income out of it. And I have a strong interest in it because I'm gifted and I'm able to it helps me to strengthen my gifts. Then all of a sudden, then she turns around and goes, maybe like a couple days later or something. Oh, well, you know what? I do have this tarot deck in my house. Someone gave it to me. Like some witch gave it to me and she didn't have good energy, but she gave this to me. I don't know. She just made up something that just, narcissists, they just make up shit as they go along. Okay. That's what they do. Every single thing that they do, they're making up shit as they go along. And basically what she was saying was how someone gave this to her, whatever. That girl went out to the store and bought that tarot deck. I think she probably got it from Target because the box that she had it in, I've seen that box at Target because I had the same exact deck. It was like the Witch's Tarot deck. I had the same deck at some point, and then I ended up the deck ended up getting really wet, so the cards messed up, so I had to throw the cards away, but it's okay. As a tarot reader, you're going to go through different decks, But the very deck that she got, the Witch's Tarot, came in this specific box. And I tell you, I have seen that box at Target specifically. So I know for a fact that's where she got it from. But the fact that she had to lie and say, oh, someone gave it to her and she's had this whole time, but she just never looked into it. Girl, please miss me with that bullshit. You know that you just basically went from saying you don't like tarot, that tarot is of the devil, to now all of a sudden you want it. Now all of a sudden you have an interest in it. No, girl, you were only saying that because you want to be in my life. You want to have something in common. That's the thing. Narcissists want to have something in common with you. When they have something in common with you, they have a conversation starter. They have a way that they're like, see, we're compatible. We have things in common. We're compatible. We can get along. We have things. We share similar interests. Let's go ahead and be friends. We have something that we can talk about. But the thing is, the narcissist will use that in whatever way they can to use that to their advantage. So if she's bringing out these tarot decks and all of this, the way that let me tell you how she used it to her advantage. Okay. But before I get to that, let me just further explain. The reason as to why narcissists are so fake and so phony, so superficial, and they switch around and they do all of this stuff is because the narcissist is only in your life to serve themselves. So they will adopt any character. They will get whatever props that they need. They really want to play this role well. They want to sell the story. They really want to they want to play this role so well, and they want to sell it to you that they are this exact person that they are portraying themselves to be when they really are not. They want to play the role so well to manipulate you so that way you can have them in your life just so they can fuel their agenda. Okay. And you have to pay attention to this because if they didn't have an interest in something and then all of a sudden you say you have an interest in it and all of a sudden now they had this huge interest in everything that you said you had, they're not doing that because, and you may think, oh, wow, we have something in common. But no, it's all manipulation. It is all manipulation. If you say you like this color, then they say they like that color too. That is why you think that you met the perfect partner. You think you met the perfect friend. You think you guys are going to just hit it off because, wow, he's perfect. She's perfect. We're just the same. No, they're doing that to manipulate you, sweetie. That's all they're doing. It's fake. It's very, very fake. Because they're surface level with it. They're very surface level. When you ask them to go more in depth, if you were to challenge them or ask them questions like, oh, well, what got you interested? How long have you been doing it? What have you learned? They can't answer those questions for you. If you catch them off guard with asking them difficult questions that are actually requiring them to self-reflect and bring something, they probably won't be able to answer that question for you. They may either lie or make something up or just beat around the bush instead of answering the question. You know what I'm saying? So that's certain things that you got to start challenging them. Be like, oh, well, what made you get interested in that? What's your story about that? How did you start to like that? Where did this come from? Ask them questions and see what they say. Because that's when they're going to have to figure out a way to make their story more plausible. Now they're going to be scrambling around to figure out a way to better manipulate you, to better scheme you, to better connive you. You see, the thing is, they come here and they present themselves in such a way so that you don't question them. See, that's the thing. Narcissists don't like for you to question them. If you don't question them, they can continue their agenda. But this is how you challenge a narcissist. You question them. Question them. I'm telling you. Ask them, okay, well, where did you get this from? Or where did that come from? Or what do you mean by that? And what exactly does it... Ask them who, what, where, when, why, and how. And see what they say. Allow them to self-reflect. And that's when you're going to start to see the realness. That's when you're going to start to see the mask slip. Or you are going to start to see them really like... we can call this a narcissistic malfunction where they're caught off guard. They have no idea what to say or what to do, and they're speechless. If you ever challenge a narcissist, a lot of times they get speechless. They have nothing to say. And when they have nothing to say, because a narcissist always has some fucking shit to say. They always talk and they always got something to say. They talk so much. But when you challenge them in such a way that they're speechless, that's how you know you got them, baby. You got them. And yes, this is a game. This is a war we are at. This is a war. They are of the dark side. We are of the light side. Us empaths, light workers, earth angels, we are of the light side. They are of the dark side, and they're trying to come and be on our team. They want to be a part of the light team when they're of the dark team. So the way that we have to fight against them is we have to be able to discern who was really of the light team and who was of the darkness pretending to be of the light team. And when I say when you got them, that's when you know you ain't on my team, baby. You on the other team. Now I know who you are. Bad, get to stepping. Because let me tell you, a narcissist will continue to hurt you and do whatever they want as long as you have them in your life. As long as they have access to you, they will do whatever it is that they can and need to do to hurt you or steal your energy in some type of way. See, that's the thing. Narcissists want your energy, and they will do by any... Thank you. A narcissist wants your energy by any means necessary. By any means necessary, they want your energy. They will do whatever it is that they can to get it. These people will... It's like if they work so hard on themselves, instead of trying to be all up in somebody else's life and be all up in somebody else's space, then maybe their life would be better. But these people, they can't regulate on themselves. They don't have a source of energy or light the same way that we have. They are empty vessels. That's why they need other people around them to fuel them. Man, they don't have love in their heart, man. But let me go back, because let me tell you about how a narcissist will find a way to use your interest to take advantage of you. So like when it came to, because the thing is, narcissistic relationships or friendships and anything, because when I say relationships, it's not even about just romantic. It can be family relationships, associates, whatever the case is, but just dealing with the narcissist in general. And you're building some form of relation with them. Those relationships are very transactional. It's what can I get from you? So what they'll do is they'll see your special interests and they'll try to get you, especially if you're gifted at something, and they'll try to use that to their advantage. They want to get close to you so they can get, that free access to your energy, that easy access. They want to be able to, at their beck and call, or is it their beck and call? Yes, at their beck and call, they want to be able to get whatever it is that they need from you. So, for example, if you are a person where you are a very good listener and you give great advice to people, you're very wise, you've been through a lot of stuff, you're like that therapist friend, a lot of narcissists are going to be attracted to you because they want somebody that they can trauma dump all over. They want somebody that can just sit there and listen to them. They want somebody that can sit there and solve their problems for them. So what they'll do is they'll get close, they'll find out who you are, find out the gift that you have, and then they'll want to get close to you. And then every single time that you all are conversating, it's them just dumping all of their pain and trauma onto you, them just dumping all of their problems, them just venting. It's like a whole venting session. It's like pretty much you're playing their therapist and you're giving your services away for free. And for those of us that are in therapy, you already know that you're going to have to, insurance covers it, but you're going to have to pay, therapy ain't free, whether your insurance is covering it or whether you pay for it by yourself. But most people, your insurance covers it. So before you got to get insurance. And sometimes you got to have a copay. Some therapists don't require a copay. Some insurances cover everything. But some therapy places require you to pay a copay, with the insurance. So at the end of the day, it's not free. Okay, when you see your therapist is getting paid for your time. For their time, I mean. But the thing with these narcissists, they feel so entitled to your time and energy that they expect for you to just give all of that away for free. They think like, oh, you know what? You can spare an hour of your time listening to me vent and you won't ever get a word in. You can do that for me. Like, that's how entitled they are. They really just feel like that you have nothing better to do with your life. You have nothing better to do with your time. Because the thing is, narcissists, once you allow them into your life, your time becomes their time. They feel so entitled to your time and so entitled to your energy that they feel like, oh no, now that I'm in your life, now that's my time too. So your time is my time. So you finna be on my time. You finna be on my convenience. It's very, very selfish. It's very selfish because you realize that a narcissist will never really ask you, oh, well, do you have the space to vent, or do you have the time to listen to me? Because I really want to talk to you. Or, you know, are you busy right now? They never ask about what you got going on. They never ask about, you know, before they even go do all of that. They never ask, do you have the time? Do you have the energy? Do you have the space? They never ask if you're busy or not. They never ask like, oh, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you okay? Can you listen to me right? They never do so. Never. But they just come into your life and expect for you to show up for them regardless of what you got going on. Like, they expect for you to just put your personal feelings and situations and your personal issues aside to cater to them. Narcissists are spoiled brats. They are spoiled brats that expect to get everything that they want. It's like narcissists are the princess and prince. Empaths are the kings and the queens. They are the princess and the prince. The princess who thinks she could just get everything she wants. The spoiled brat that just feels like everyone's supposed to cater to her and everyone's supposed to do what she says. And you know, the prince that thinks like, oh, I got everything I want. So you have to give me everything. My mother gave me everything I want. So now my woman has to give me everything I want. Like, no. That's the thing. They feel so entitled to your time and energy, and they could care less about what you got going on. And you have to pay attention to this because a normal person would ask like, hey, are you busy? Can I talk to you? But a narcissist will basically invite themselves into your space and into your like time and energy. They'll basically force their way into it. Like, no, we're going to talk about this right now because I want to talk about it. And they just could just pour out onto you and they don't even give you a chance to like they're so forceful and assertive and abrasive with their actions that they don't even give you a chance to even think first. They don't give you a chance to think, but they do this on purpose because they're trying to get their way. It's like, imagine you were in a fight with somebody and imagine a person just came up and they just started wailing on you without even giving you a chance. Of course, at this point, you got to start fighting back. You weren't even trying to fight this person, but this person is punching you in the face and they're not stopping. You got to get up and fight. That's really how it is. They force you into their energetic field. They force their way into your energetic field. They force that collision. They force it. Another thing, I want to go back to how. So let me tell you how this narcissist was trying to really like use my gift to her advantage. So I tell you about how at first she talked about how tarot was of the devil, quote unquote. And how when I told her, oh, well, I actually, like, it's not of the devil. I actually do tarot myself. Then now all of a sudden, that whole comment she made about tarot just went down the drain, went out the window. And now all of a sudden, oh, well, you know, I have a tarot deck someone gave to me. That was a brand new box that she just probably got. Liars. And then what happened is that now it was at points where I would come over to her house and then she would want me to do readings for her. She'll just, you know, pull out the cards and say, can you help me with this reading or something? Because I'm trying to figure this out. Can you help me understand this? You know, or, hey, can you do this reading for me? Or sometimes she wouldn't even ask. She would just bring the cards to me and say, okay, well, here. Or this one time she had, like later on, she had bought herself a couple more decks. And then she ended up bringing out all 3 decks out and was like, okay, here, pick the deck that you're going to do my reading for. Pick one. Didn't even ask, can you do the reading? Basically just forced me to. Basically just volunteered me to do the reading for her. So when she did that, I was like, who said I was doing your reading? Oh, well, can you? Well, can you do mine first? Yeah, sure. I do yours first. I'm like, yeah. So that's the thing. And then it would be like anytime I would come over, she'll pull her tarot deck out and then start doing a reading and saying, well, can you help me interpret this? Can you help me with this? You know, and just basically trying to find ways to get free readings out of me, get free service out of me. You know, wanting me to just do all these readings for her so that she can look into her life. And let me tell you something about tarot. It takes a lot of energy to read, okay? It takes a lot of energy to do that. So if you ever book a reading with me, I tell my clients, I'm like, look, I work with my energy more than I do time. So yeah, you have to, on my website, you have to book it at a certain day and certain time, but that's really just fancy stuff. Really, a lot of people don't even get their readings back the same day, like the day that they're supposed to get it. They don't most likely don't get it that day because I work with my energy. And if my energy is not right to read, I'm not going to read. I'm not going to do that to my client. And then, like, even if they may have to wait a week or so, they get their reading back and it's wonderful. It's stellar. It's amazing. That's what I think. Like, when you do tarot, you have to work with your energy. And sometimes you may not have all of the energy to do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was her issue. That was her issue. She basically wanted to... She basically was like just using me. Was trying to take advantage of me, wanted me to like do this, wanted me to like do a reading for her every single time I was around, because their narcissists are very transactional. The only thing that they care about is what they can get from others. How can these people serve me? How can I get what I want? And eventually it got to a point where I'm recognizing, I'm like, you know what? This is not the type of friendship that I want to have. If me being friends with you means that I can't even sit here and just have a normal time to just chill and not have to, I guess, not have to work. It's like, that's what I do for my work. I want to be able to have a time where I'm just having fun. I'm just chilling with friends and just talking, having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? We smoke a little bit, we drink a little bit of wine, we chill, we vibe, we listen to some music, whatever the case is, we talk about life. But no, I'm not trying to have no friendship where every single time I come over there, they're requiring me to do all of this extra stuff. And it's like, no, bro, I don't want to do that every single time. But don't think that just because you call me your friend, or we call ourselves friends, quote unquote, that you're entitled to what you want from me every single time you want it. You see, that's why narcissists love to get close to you, because they feel like if I'm your friend, if we're friends, then you got to be then you're being a good friend and then helping me right now. Come on, we're friends, so be a good friend and help me right now. Or we're in a relationship, so that's like, you can do this for me because this is what people in relationships do. That's the thing. They want to get so close to you so fast, just so they feel like they can have full access to your energy and everything that you are about, everything that you do. They want to just be able to suck away anything. They want to just, anything that they can get from you, they will get. And sometimes the narcissist can run out of things that they want from you, and they'll just figure things out. They'll just find a way to ask you for something, just because they need supply any chance that they can get. Like this neighbor of mine, like I'm telling you about, when I was still kind of dealing with her, I cut her off. I ghosted her. She's out of my life right now, if you're wondering. But there was this one time where we have this we live like in apartments, right? And there's like this laundromat that's like right in our neighborhood that people in the apartments go to. So what happened is that she had sent me a text one day and was saying, I need quarters to do laundry. And I'm wondering as to why, that's what she texted me. I need quarters to do laundry. And at first I kind of had missed the text because I was off doing something. I wasn't really checking my phone. And when I had came back and saw that she had sent me a message, it had been maybe 30, 45 minutes. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I responded. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a quarter cash station in the laundromat. They accept 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s if you want to go in there. And then she was like, yeah, I ended up going to the laundromat to go get it. Yeah, I got it. And I'm kind of just thinking, okay, so what did you ask me for? What did you share that piece of information with me for? Did you think that I was going to come up to your house, take the money, walk over to that laundromat and get the quarters and bring it back to you? Was that what you were thinking of? That's probably what she was thinking of. Because let me tell you, narcissists will ask for things will basically find, like, manipulate their way to get people to do favors for them. Like, this is what they expect to happen. Narcissist sends me a text. I need quarters to do laundry. What they are expecting is for the empath to be, oh, well, you know what? My person, my queen, my king, I have some quarters for you. Actually, I have some cash. Why don't I go over to the laundromat for you, and I'll get the good quarters for you, and I'll bring them over to your house. You have to do nothing at all. Actually, I can do your laundry for you too. You want me to do that? Like, these people are so delusional that that's what they expect. They expect for people to just show up for them. They expect for people to read their mind and know what they want. They expect when they say, oh, I need this, they expect that people are going to just drop everything that they are doing and get up and go show up for them. Because they never ask directly. They never will say, like, hey, do you have any cash on you so I can get some quarters, and I can, like, maybe I don't have any cash on me, but do you have any cash on you? I can, or whatever the case is, or whatever the case is, they never ask, but they do volunteer your time. They never ask, but they basically kind of like insinuate what they want. It's like they do this stuff where narcissists are like, they hint at things, and they expect you to be their mind reader. They expect you to read their mind. They expect for you to know what they do. And the thing is, a narcissist would try to guilt you, or they'll do stuff like that to say, like, oh, well, I need this, because in a way they're trying to manipulate you into getting what they need for them without them having to do the work themselves. The narcissists are lazy. They're lazy. They don't want to do things on their own. They don't want to. This is why I say they are a princess and not a queen. They are a prince and not a king. Because a queen and a king, they can go out there and get the shit that they need they damn self. They ain't looking for nobody to do it for them. They're like, where can I get it? Okay, I'm finna go find it myself. A princess is, go get that for me. I need that. They expect to be catered to, and they don't do anything themselves. That's why I say princess mentality. Prince mentality. Male or female. So these narcissists, what they do is they are so manipulative in how they get their supply, to a point where you may even find yourself just, doing favors for them and doing things for them that you don't even realize. Why am I doing all of this for them? Why am I wasting my time and energy doing this? It can get moments where they can manipulate you so much to a point where you are in the act of doing something for them, and then you stop and think, why am I even doing this? Do I even want to do this? I don't. But you see how narcissists are so, that demonic spirit that they have over you has the way to coerce people and mind fuck people to get them to do what they want. That's what it is. It's a mind fuck. They fuck your mind. They're predatory in nature. Narcissists are predatory in nature. And let me tell you, women can be predators too. Yes, when you think of predator, you automatically think of a man. You think of a man that is, assaulting women sexually. But let me tell you, women can be predatory too. There are women that have molested other women or molested men, or not men, or maybe like molested young girls or young boys. And the thing is, with people that are predatory in nature, it's not always about, any type of sexual act. Sometimes people can be predatory in nature when it comes to them just gaining what they want from you, gaining their supply. If they want your time, if they want your energy, if they want your company, they will coerce you into doing it. And coercion is any unwanted activity that you feel forced and pressured into doing. They don't straight up just ask you. They basically just kind of like insinuate, and they hope that you agree with it. Or even then, you may not have even 100% agreed, but they're going to tell you, oh, we agreed to do this. Yes, we did. So come on over here. When in reality, you probably didn't. Like, before I close, I want to bring this one last thing up. That same neighbor I was telling you about, when I had cut her off, ghosted her for like a whole year. A year later, she manipulates her way back into my life. I allow her back in, which is a huge mistake. But this time, she was only in my life for a week and a half, and I cut her off right after that. Because no, I'm not keeping you there. But what happened is that, they want supply, they want company, and what she wanted is she wanted for me to go. It was like a Saturday. She had wanted me to, because what happened? I think we were talking on like a Friday, And she was saying, yeah, I had made dinner last night. And I'm going to make dinner again tomorrow. A nice home cooked meal and everything. Yeah, you can come over for dinner. You can come over or not. Or do you want to come over for dinner? But yeah, you can come over for dinner. Yeah, because I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that or whatever. So then what happens is, you know, that next day, she never texted me and was saying, like, I'm starting to cook dinner or anything like that. No. So what happened is that it was in the summertime. And she's sitting out on her patio. And I kind of walk outside and I'm basically just going about my day. I'm like, walking around. I'm getting ready to smoke. So I'm walking around my block. And then I run into her because, well, we live in the same block. And she was outside with her child. So what happened is that, like, I walked up to it. I was like, oh, hey, you, because I saw him outside. So I just spoke to him or whatever. And then, she had said, like, oh, well, I'm starting to cook dinner. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, good, whatever. And then what happened is that her daughter had asked her mom. Her daughter came up to her and was like, hey, mommy, do you want to play with me? Like, she has, like, this ball she wanted to play with. And then, like, the mom, like, she basically just... So the little girl asked her mom, my neighbor, hey, mom, can you play with me? So basically the mom goes, like, she basically just kind of like rolls her eyes at her child and kind of like, no, I'm not gonna, no. And kind of like just shrugged her shoulders and then just kind of like went to like throwing on her thumb. Basically just dismissed her daughter, just like blew her daughter off and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I have nieces, right? And my oldest niece is like around her daughter's age, but her daughter was like a couple years older than my niece. But anyway, so at this point, I'm just like, I have a niece around your age, so I could play with you. So I'm like, I could play with you, baby. So I like, and of course, I do this with my nieces too. Like, I be playing hide and seek with my nieces and stuff like that. I really be playing with them, and so it was nothing for me to play with a child. So I'm sitting here like playing back and forth, for like tossing the ball back and forth, or playing soccer, like whatever we was playing, right? So, but mind you, when I had said that I could play with her daughter, I was like, I'll play with you, baby. What happened is my neighbor, it wasn't even 60 seconds. It was probably like, it may have been within 30 seconds of her watching me play with her daughter. She basically was like, I'm gonna go inside and start the potatoes. So she goes inside and she stays inside the whole entire time. Now I'm outside with her daughter, playing with her daughter for a good like 10 minutes. A good 10 minutes I'm sitting here playing with her daughter. And I'm waiting on her to come outside. She never came outside. Mind you, she was like on her patio. I was kind of like in like the front yard and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So what happened is I'm sitting here and I'm playing with her daughter. So not only am I giving energy to, this is what I had realized. I'm like, I may not be giving energy to the neighbor, but I'm giving energy to her daughter, which is still taking energy from me. I'm still giving them my energy. You know what I'm saying? It is no offense to the child. You know what I'm saying? She's the baby. She don't understand what's going on. But it's just like, regardless, her child is an extension of her. So I'm still giving away my energy. And I felt like I was being drained. I felt like this was just pulling my energy out of me when I didn't even really want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is I had this moment of realization. And I was like, I don't want to be here. She walked inside that house. She came out. She hasn't even acknowledged, she barely acknowledged my presence at her house. So why am I here? Now, it would have been different if she would have came out and would have been like, hey girl, like, I'm just working on potatoes and stuff. Or whatever the case was, just completely just dismissed me and disregarded me. The same energy she gave her daughter, she gave to me. Just gonna dismiss me. So I didn't like that. So what I do is I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, why am I here? After 10 minutes of being outside playing with her daughter, she never came back outside. She was inside the whole time. That's when I knew I was done. I was like, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. So what I did, you hear these crows going crazy. We speaking today. But anyway, so basically what I did, okay, crows, hush, baby, hush. Okay, so basically what I did was after about 10 minutes, I realized I don't want to be here. So I get up and I walk on. I get up and I go home. I go on home and I say, hey, tell your mama I'll be right back. Like, I didn't even say right back. I said, hey, tell your mama I'll be back. Tell your mama I'll be back. So then that's what happened. So I said, tell your mama I'll be back. So then her daughter was like, hey, mom, she said she'll be right back. She added the word right, right? So then what happened is I'm sitting out in my house. I'm sitting there chilling. I had made me a cup of tea. I was just sitting there just thinking, just pondering. And I'm like, I have to ask myself, I'm like, do I really want to go over there and have dinner with her? And my answer was no. I was like, no. Like I told myself, I'm like, yes or no. Do you want to go or not? And I'm like, no. I would rather sit up here and chill, drink my tea, eat some dinner here, like rather have my own company. Because if I go over there, then I'm probably gonna have to sit there and listen to her talk and vent. I don't have the energy for that. She probably gonna ask me to do some readings for her. I don't feel like doing that. I really don't feel like spending time with her right now. And it'd be bogus for me to just go on over there, take a plate to go home. Like, nah, bro, just don't go over there at all. So I had decided I didn't want to go. And I sat there in my house and I just chilled, right? I didn't text her, I didn't call her, didn't do nothing. So then what happens is that she never texted me or called me or said, hey, you coming back? What's going on? You okay? None of that. Then about 2 hours roll by. And then what she does is it's starting to get dark, you know what I'm saying? So then what she does is she calls my phone. And then I answer. The first thing that this girl said to me was, the dinner was ready 30 minutes ago. Bitch, check your fucking attitude when you're talking to me. But anyway, basically what that energy was saying was, why are you not here? Why are you not in my house? I told you we were going to make some dinner. I want you here for my supply. I want you here for I want your energy. You need to be here. I had this whole plan of how I was going to take all of your energy away. You're ruining my plan. You're not doing what I want you to do. I'm not having control of you right now. Where the fuck are you? Get your ass here now. That's basically the energy behind what that one statement was. It's like, how dare you not come over here and do what I asked you to do? Come over here. So I don't know if she expected me to just sit there and be like, oh, well, I am so sorry. Let me run down to the street. Let me run down the street and come over there right now. But that didn't happen. And let me tell you another thing about how she could have been lying about that. That dinner could have just got finished, but she could have said it was ready 30 minutes ago to make me feel guilty. Like, we've been waiting on you, so come on over here and hurry up. Trying to make me feel guilty. But it backfired on her. Because let me tell you, they're entitled, they're selfish, they don't care. They just want their supply. So the way she looked at it was like, you know what, let me go ahead and fix this dinner. I ain't got to deal with her. When dinner gets ready, then she come over here and I can do everything that I want to do. Right? So here's how it backfired. When she got on the phone and said this nonsense to me, I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to just actually, like, we're actually cooking dinner here, so I'm going to have to just pass on that. Her whole tone changed, y'all. Her whole tone changed. Right when I said, oh, you know what? We're making dinner here, so I think I'm going to pass. But thanks, though. So her energy went from, her tone went from like, dinner was ready 30 minutes ago, where the fuck are you, to, oh, well, that is so wonderful. I hope you don't have a great dinner and, you just have a great night. All sweet and all kind. That's a covert narcissist. Trying to be all sweet and all gentle, but I guarantee you, as soon as she hung up that phone, that smile probably turned into a frown real quick. She probably was like, bitch, how fucking dare you? This ugly bitch, this bald-headed bitch. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? That be the thing. Like, they be smiling, and then as soon as they click off the phone, they go through a rampage. You know what I'm saying? Because she masked her reaction. That whole reaction, she put her mask on and pretended that she was okay when whole time she was pissed. Whole time she was blue. Whole time that blew the fuck out of her because she lost control. She didn't get what she wanted. And that's the thing. Narcissists feel entitled to get what they want when they want it. And when basically she was rejected, she was denied. Okay, that's what it was. Thank you. She was denied access to my energy. It pissed her off. It was like her plan didn't work. And that's what happens when a narcissist has a plan against you or for you, and their plan doesn't work because you wake up and you take your power back and you say no. Basically, you telling a narcissist no, when they basically, like, a narcissist is so entitled to your yes that when you say no, they feel like they're losing power. They feel like they are losing control. And that is a huge blow to their ego. And they are upset. They are pissed at that. And they experience a narcissistic injury. They experience an ego bruise because what they thought they were going to get, they didn't get. But this is a lesson that they have to learn. It's like, if you want people to show up for you, you are going to have to show up better for people. No one's going to come around your place and be around you and be all up in your face and come spend time with you and be all up in and give you company if you're going to treat them like shit when they're around you. If you're not going to pay attention to them, if you're not going to acknowledge them, why are they even here? You just don't want to be lonely. But you're not about to allow... Narcissists just don't want to be lonely. That's why they always have people around them. That's why they always force people to be around them. But the thing is, narcissists really just want people around as like a puppet, as like just a dummy just sitting there. They just want someone that looks like they are there, a puppet that they can control, not a friend, not a partner, not a confidant. You know, they want a puppet. Someone that's going to just give them company and just do whatever they say, do whatever they want to do. That's how narcissists think relationships are supposed to be. It's all about control. They want to be the puppeteer. And they want you to be their puppet. And when you no longer are their puppet, when they no longer have control over you, that's when you have defeated them. That is when you have defeated them. Because when you fully take your power back and you realize, I don't have to do everything that you want me to do. I don't have to show up for you every time you want me to show up. I can choose myself. That's what it is. Narcissists want for you to choose them over yourself. You take your power back when you choose yourself, because you got to ask yourself, my family, my sister, my brother, you got to ask yourself, when a narcissist wants you around, do you even want to be around them? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then don't go around them. You ain't got to explain yourself. You ain't got to give them a whole dissertation. You ain't got to give them a whole detail. No. You just say no because I don't want to. And you keep it at that. Or all you do is just say no. No is a complete sentence. And this is what we're doing this year, y'all. We are standing firm on our no's. If we say no, it's a no for a reason. No one's going to negotiate my no. No one's going to try to coerce me or manipulate and try to turn my no into a yes. It is a no. We done people pleasing. We're done with that. We didn't people please them narcissists for too motherfucking long, for those ungrateful motherfuckers that don't even care about what they got from us. Just because we are good in nature doesn't mean that we have to give our energy away to people that are going to suck it away like a vacuum. No, if we give it to the darkness, they're sucking away our energy like a vacuum. But when we give our energy to the light, it expands. So now what it is we ain't stopping being the person that we are. We're just selective on who we are that person to. Because not everybody deserves our good energy. Narcissists don't deserve our good energy. They don't deserve our empathy. They don't deserve our love. They don't. They deserve nothing from us at all. Nothing. Have nothing to do with these people. And the best revenge, the best way that you can overcome narcissistic abuse, the best way that you can deal with this is to go no contact. To just block the number, delete the contact, turn back, turn away and not look back. Completely revoke complete access. Revoke your access that they have to you. Completely cut these people out of your lives. That's the first step. And then the second step is for you to process through the whatever pain that they caused you, process through the feeling of that emotion. Just feel it. Just feel it. And also, what's going to have to help you is you're going to have to talk yourself through some stuff. That's what I'm telling you. If you're dealing with people and when you're dealing with narcissistic people and it's some stuff that they done did to you, stuff that they done said to you that done caused you all this confusion, talk to yourself about it. Talk yourself through it. You know, if you want to go all off and be like, man, why the fuck this bitch is this? And you talk to yourself, go ahead, do whatever you got to do. But talk yourself through it. Because you of all people know what it was like to experience that. Tell yourself like, yeah, they done said this, but I really was feeling like, this is what I really feel is happening. When you start talking yourself through your issues, your higher self is going to connect with you, and your higher self is going to give you all of that clarity. You got to talk through it. You got to. That's how you heal. That's how you overcome. That's how you make sense of it. That's how you clear your mind. The clarity and the wisdom clears your mind. It clears your conscience. Clear conscience, a sound mind, and a calm heart is how you heal and overcome that narcissistic abuse. It's how you heal, how you overcome. There's more to it. It's definitely a whole lot more to it to healing narcissistic abuse. But if I can give you a few pointers, so that's all I have for this video. Ashe.